Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 24th, 2024 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Okay. I laugh because it is a bit of an intense moon for us. Most definitely, we have Gemini energy here, reverse the lovers, reverse. We are represented by the lovers in the major arcana. So we have a tendency during this moon, we get in our own way, we get in our own head, we can trip ourselves up like nobody else could trip us up as badly as we can. And it's going to be around work, around money, around the way that we see ourselves as prosperous. Right now, we're going through a learning time. We might not want to be in a learning time. Spirit doesn't really care. Do understand that. It's like, no, you're going to learn. You're going to see things differently. And you're not going to be getting what you wish for right now, right? Not the, I cross my fingers, this is what I wish for. But you're going to be being reborn, resurrecting, coming into a new sense of self in a way that you hadn't imagined you could. You just didn't imagine it. Now, our temper can be a little bit short. If we have fire sign energy in our chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that can take over and be rather hot-headed during this time. Do be mindful about this. We can also have fire sign energy in our life that is hot-headed, very determined, very much wants to push things in a very certain direction. Spirit is telling us, and rather clearly, we think we know best. We don't. So stepping back just a bit and saying, you know what? Let's see what happens. You know what? I don't have all the answers. That's going to be really, really, really important for us. And it's also going to be scary. We also can have intrusive thoughts coming in where it's worst case scenario, worst case scenario. This is what I'm afraid of. This is what's overwhelming me. We are a student right now. The Page of Wands, again, if we have fire sign energy in our chart, it can want to take over, yes, but it's also going to teach us a heck of a lot. If we don't let it be a bully, and if we don't let fire sign energy in our life be a bully, we can calm, we can center, we can see ourselves more and more, and that's going to be a really good thing, and that's going to be a really big thing. But it's saying here, you're starting off as a learner. You're not starting off as the defender, as the accomplisher. You're starting off learning. And that's going to be really important for this moon. This is the snow moon. This is the smallest moon of the year, and this full moon is in Virgo. So just knowing during this time that we have this earth sign energy that wants to ground us, wants us to see things in a certain way, but also remember, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, just like we are ruled by Mercury. We can have a lot to say and not really know how to articulate it. We can feel overwhelmed. We can feel like we have to be traveling, doing more, and just also like everything is just a little bit too much. So respect that within yourself, but also know that you are blessed, even if we're not seeing the blessings right now. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a heart in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of March. So good luck to everyone. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's listed in the description box below. And I also have a special offer going on for mini readings being offered. I usually don't offer them. So if you want to snag one before they're gone, do so. All right, let's see, or don't, let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Energy. Yeah, the energy is really intense. And again, with intrusive thoughts, Mercury is all about communication. It's also all about travel and speed. So we are processing things so very quickly, and we have that very strong Mercury energy during this time. So the energy is intense. We need to know how to ground ourselves, how to stabilize ourselves, how to say, okay, this is what I'm seeing. This is where I need to be for me. This is what I don't want. And taking this energy and harmonizing with it instead of fighting against it. Yeah. Let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is creativity. This is the sacral chakra, and it's getting back in alignment with our creative, sensual self. We are represented by the lovers for a reason. We need to have love, creativity, just that sensual nature of life. We need to have that in our lives. It doesn't need to be romantic. A lot of times we think, oh, love, it equals romantic love, but it's the love that you have between, siblings, children. It's a beautiful thing, love. And it's so multifaceted, even though we think of it in one distinct way. The energy that we see here with creativity, with the sacral chakra, it's like, okay, it's time for me to embrace my creativity, not to hold myself back or keep myself in a box, but to embrace the creative and see myself expanding and exploring. Our energy to be mindful of during this time, angels and spirit guides show me clearly, guide this reading, is Cernunnos. Now, what I always think is so interesting with the Devil card is the Devil card, which is what Cernunnos is in this deck, is it's Capricorn energy, yes, but it is the opposite of the Lover's card. And the Lover's card reverse is the opposite of love, which is, what is that? Lust. It's not hate. It can be obsession, right? And then we just discard it. So here, just be mindful about things. Things can be our obsession, and then we just discard it when we're done. Or we can feel that way with certain relationships that we have in our life. The Devil is also very much a sense of our addictions coming out, whether it be, drugs, alcohol, sex, food, shopping, whatever it is. We're going to see that energy coming up during this time, and we know it's bad for us. It could be, not sleeping well. It's like I'm going to be scrolling on my phone and not going to sleep. Cognitively, we know, okay, night time, go to bed type of thing. But we just want to unwind. We just want time for us. We just want to feel happy. And somewhere in our brain, it's not computing. I'm saying this for myself most definitely, that if I stopped, then I would be happier, more rested. So here it's making that connection, and it's saying, you know what? I value me. I value me and not the chaos that everything is pulling me towards. So that's an important thing. Now we're crowned with the Page of Wands, fire sign energy, again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If you have a fire sign energy in your life, especially if they're a kiddo, they're going to come through very strongly during this time. And there is also a sense of your fire, your passion coming forward. You're asking questions, you're diving deeper into things. But we do have the fight, flight, freeze response coming forward. And because the rabbit right here, it's freeze or it's flight. It's not necessarily fight that's going to be our main response. Though we do have that coming forward with the Knight of Wands reverse. But here, with the energy that's crowning us, we're diving deeper. We're getting messages from spirit. We're looking at things in different ways. But we're going to find many different reasons to paralyze ourselves, to say, oh no, I can't. Remember, we are our own worst enemy during this time. We're not being very nurturing, caring, and supportive to us. We can be very nurturing, caring, and supportive to everybody else. But when it comes to us, we can be a little bit sad, and we don't know why. And again, intrusive thoughts of worst case scenarios are going to come forward. And it's like, I don't need this. So just be aware of this during this time. It's lust over love. It's connecting with things that you really love can seem scary and overwhelming. But what we lust after right now can really be snapping and grabbing our attention. With the Knight of Wands reversed, this is very much energy that is all over the place. Knights also, when they're reversed, they very much like to attack. So we can have attacking energy, fire sign energy that is very aggressive coming forward, or just energy that's aggressive coming forward. There's a fire to that person. They don't necessarily have to be fire sign energies. This is determination, focus, insight. We can get tunnel vision during this time in the biggest way, but it's not going to be in the most helpful way. So just know that we can get super focused, super zoomed in and miss the bigger picture. So being aware of that is also going to be very important. There also feels like there's a stagnation around work or around creativity, and we need to step back. We're going to be saying things like, I'll be happy when. And Spirit's like, why don't you just be happy right now? Because tomorrow, we're not guaranteed. And this isn't to be melancholy, but it's saying, be happy now. It's a feat. It is. But embrace this moon. Embrace your joy. See yourself as a success, even if there's miles that you want to go before, you're at that place that you want to be. But embrace your success. Embrace your passion. Embrace you. And you will see that there are wishes coming true. There are. But there's small micro wishes. There's small micro blessings that are so easy to overlook. And Spirit's like, why are you overlooking this? This is important. But we want the big and the flashy. So here with the Nine of Cups reversed, it's not waiting for everybody to show up to the party for us or with us. It's showing up to the party for yourself and saying, you know what? I'm really glad I'm the only one here and I can eat all the cake if I want to, type of thing. It's a real sense of, but this is me and I'm proud and I'm powerful and I'm moving me forward. And it brings us to this place where we have all this, chaos nonsense going on. And then we have judgment. We have us rising out of the darkness, us rising into ourselves. We've been slumbering. There's a part of us that we've hidden away because we didn't think we could. We, shortchanged ourselves. We decided a long time ago that to be sensible, to be practical, to follow that certain path was better. But we're going to see here that we are transforming, that we are rising into our power. We are rising into ourselves. We are seeing ourselves more and more. And we're moving in a direction we kind of didn't think we could. We're stepping into a power that is scary to us at times. It's like, ooh, how do I handle this? How do I do this? Are we going to want to work? No, not really. Not really. During this moon, this full moon in Virgo, it's not necessarily going to be a moon where we're like, oh, that's it. I'm achieving it all. I'm getting it all done. You would think it would be with the full moon in Virgo, but we're a little bit more. Really, that Mercury energy really comes forward. We're really more like questioning, seeking, diving deeper into things, getting hyper fixated on one question that needs to be answered. The close enough is good enough is what we're going to say would work. And maybe that's not true for what you do. So, going back, looking at it again is going to be super important, but stepping back and saying, okay, I see me, stepping back with the Eight of Pentacles and saying, okay, what do I need to do? Let's get my head screwed on straight and look at this picture again. Look at what I want. Because there's a sense here during this time where it's like, I just want to leave. I just want to leave everything. I just want to change everything. I want new. I want exciting. I want different. And it's like, that's great. That really is great. But it's not going to be as practical, as it might have been once upon a time. And it maybe was never practical for your life. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I'm seeing that energy and it's like, it wasn't practical. So here it's showing up for yourself and it's saying, okay, what do I need to do? What needs to be done right now? Can I break it down into small bite-sized pieces and then move it forward for me? Because the Eight of Pentacles reverse, if we put too much on our plate, seriously, we're just going to walk away. We're going to be like, I'm sorry, it's too much. I can't do it all. Like, it's kind of like when you have a big plate that's piled up. It's like, I can't eat this. I'm just going to go and sit somewhere else, type of thing. So just be aware of this during this time. We don't want to overburden ourselves. And we're going to have a tendency to be like, well, since I'm feeling despondent with XYZ, I really need to pile everything on. I need to get things done. I need to prove them wrong. And what we're just going to do is kind of set ourselves up a little bit for failure. So don't do that. Let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Yeah. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay. So what's interesting here is that we have the realization that we ourselves are the key. And that's going to be the learning part of this moon for us. So we show the world the real you. We show the world who we are. And we realize that we are the key, that we are powerful, that we are determined, that we are focused, and that we hold more answers than we knew. Be bold and make the first move is reverse to taking action, which is also reverse. We don't want to. We're apprehensive. We see ourselves rather negatively during this time. Is it fair to us? No, it's not. Is it what's happening? Yes, it is. So being respectful to ourselves is going to be important here. So stepping out of our comfort zone, but also saying, I don't need to get everything done, because we're going to have a tendency to want to pile up the plate, right? To say, I can do absolutely everything, and then get really discouraged with ourselves when we don't, when we're not able to. And we're expecting too much, but we're also a bit sad, a bit disinterested, a bit overwhelmed at times during this moon. And we're listening to too much outside information. It could be, or inside information, right? The intrusive thoughts within, or what everybody else is saying online and what everybody else is talking about. It's like, it's too much. It's paralyzing us. It's making us doubt ourselves. This is a time, yes, to be bold and make the first move, but also to know what we want. So Spirit is saying here, don't make that move until you know what you want, until you see yourself, and then move forward, because we need to hold to our vision, and we're not really going to want all the change that's coming forward, right? Everything to change all at once, it's going to be too much. We're not going to stick to it. A little change, one thing that changes from this full moon to the new moon, change one thing. And then from the new moon to the full moon, change one thing. And then just keep on going like that until everything is lined up the way that we want it to. And that's going to be really important. Hold to your vision. Know what it is that you want. The change is coming forward in a beautiful way, but we want it all at once, and yet we're afraid of it happening all at once. So slowing it down and saying, okay, this is what I see, that's important. It's time for healing, yes, and it's time for self-love. It's not time for everybody to show up to the table and be like, oh, you're so great. I mean, that would be lovely, right? Always welcome. But this is a time to love ourselves, to say, wow, I really am great. I really am powerful. I really am moving forward in a direction and in a way I hadn't anticipated. I love me. And I'm here for me. I'm showing up for me. It brings us then to, it's time to release negativity. And that's reverse. We don't want to. We don't want to. There's a sense of like, no, these fears are serving me well. But as we face the darkness, and as the fear comes forward, we're going to see that we need to release the negativity. We need to release the energy that's holding us back, because it's keeping us from resurrecting the way that we want to, stepping into that power, stepping into that source energy that we need to be a part of. The sleepers in the Arthurian tales are the knights who were part of Arthur's round table that went to sleep when Arthur got wounded and taken to Avalon, and they went to sleep and were going to be called when, England needed them again. So here, or when Arthur came back, to England when the time was needed. So here, there is this real sense of, I cannot bring all my baggage forward when I step into the place that I need to be. When the world needs me, or when, my world needs me, the release of negativity has to come, because I need to see myself. I need to love myself. And that's what the darkness is going to bring from this new moon, from this full moon to the new moon. It brings a darkness, right? The moon becomes smaller and smaller. It's already the smallest moon of the year, the furthest away from the earth. And so we are going to see here that there is a power in understanding. There is an insight to us that is coming, but we're going to have our fears come forward, and we need to release them. We need to see them, name them, understand them, and go like, well, I see you, but I'm not defined by you. And it moves us then to nothing will come of this situation and new beginnings. So with the Eight of Pentacles reverse, with the work not being necessarily what we want, during this time, or like overwhelming or doubtful, nothing will come of the situation. We won't, sit there and throw the water, throw the baby out with the bathwater type of deal. But what we are going to see is that new beginnings start to come forward. Things start to change and start to guide us in a way towards the next new moon that we hadn't anticipated. And we're going to be releasing things that had just weighed us down, had held us back in ways that we didn't realize. We didn't realize that we had our hope for one thing, and it going pear-shaped and not moving in that direction had kept us from believing in ourselves, had kept us from fully moving forward the way that we wanted, in the way that we needed to. So being aware of this during this time is going to be really important, because the void, of course, it happens multiple times throughout a lunar cycle. I have friends who don't do anything on the void of course time, which is only like, a minute or two. And they're like, nope, things will not go right. And then like, I don't stop anything during those times. And it's like, well, what will happen will happen. You can't always plan for everything. So here, knowing what will happen. You can't always plan, but you're stepping into new beginnings. You're stepping into new insight of yourself. You're seeing yourself more than you had seen yourself before. And that's a little bit scary, but a little bit beautiful too. Our subconscious spirit message is peace reversed. We need to find our peace again because we're a little bit all over the place. Like, we're great with just jumping into the energy of things and go, 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 go. But calming down, finding the peace, and centering ourselves, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. Our subconscious chakra energy is the inner child. Reverse, this is the heart chakra. We need to connect with our inner child. And we can do the inner child meditation. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. And see yourself, visualize yourself as the adult you are now, standing, and see the child you once were running towards you, like with glee and just utter joy. See yourself crouching down. And as that kid, you throw yourself into your own arms. Pick up your inner child and give it the biggest hug and say, I love you. I'm here for you. I will always be here for you. I will always love you. You are not alone. You are not a failure. You are a miracle. You are beautiful. You are talented. You are prosperous. And you are greatness. Sit with that energy if you need to. Just sit there with that. But embracing your heart chakra. And also knowing that during this time, a lot of the fears that we had when we were small can be coming up because we're not trusting ourselves, because we can be our own worst enemies. So we know our buttons to press. We know the fears that we have. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is rebirth, is the fact that things are changing and we're afraid of it. We're overwhelmed by it and we're doubting our way forward. Our subconscious tarot energy is the Six of Cups reversed, and this makes perfect sense with the inner child energy. Our past is coming forward, and it's coming forward very powerfully, but it's weighing heavy on us. It's doubts and fears that we have lived with for decades, years, and it is a sense of I'm trapped because of my past. But we're only trapped in our mind. We are. It is time to look at things and see it and release and say, it is time for a whole new world. It is time for a whole new me. Now we might need, if we had a really traumatic, childhood or experiences, we might need to talk to somebody. We might need to see a therapist, a spiritual advisor, kind of work with this energy. Because for some of us, it'll be totally fine. Like, oh, okay, I can release this. That's great. For others of us, it's going to be, this is more than I can handle. I locked this away in a box for a reason, type of things that are coming up now. So just be aware of this during this time. Our subconscious Luna message, and there's never anything wrong with asking for help, is creation. I love that you have creation and creativity here, and your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, I love that Taurus energy comes into play. The sign right before Gemini, level-headed, grounded, stable Taurus comes in with, bubbly, questioning, seeking, can lose attention quickly. Gemini, I don't say this as an insult. I myself am a Gemini, but it's like, it's not getting a Gemini into something. Like, that's the problem. It's keeping a Gemini interested. That can be the tricky thing. So here, for our creation, for our ability to create and to create the future that we want and the lives that we want, our dreams need a practical plan. And we need to be a little bit more down to earth during this time. And that's what this moon will help us with that Mercury energy coming in, being more down to earth, centering ourselves a bit more. That's going to be really important. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. So let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of yourself. So take a nice deep breath in. Oh, and please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.